Okay, and we are live. Hello. My name's Avon, and I'm a YouTuber. Today, we are really close to getting to 50,000 subscribers. And given the speed that it's been updating, I figured now was about the time to have a little bit of an impromptu kind of live stream and just see if we can do this live. We managed to get to a milestone last live stream, that was 25K. And so we are so close to the 50K mark. So you're going to have to put up with me a little bit, but, follow along. Hopefully we can get there. I think we can. Might take a little bit of while. So I'm going to talk about some stuff while we're here and while we wait. So I'm just going to refresh this one, see where we're at. All right, so refresh. So you should be able to see it on the screen here. Didn't move. But in the last few minutes, it's jumped like 20 people. So I don't think we're going to be that long. So whilst there might be a little bit of a delay in when we actually get over the line, I think we're pretty close. So if you're watching this, you can see, obviously, I've got my little ticker along the bottom here, getting to 50K YouTube subscribers live. So you should be able to see that way on the screen next to me. There's the screen that I'm sharing that's showing you the management portal side of YouTube. I'm monitoring the live chat, so feel free to hang out with me. If you got any questions, we'll go through some discussions. I've got a few points to talk about, and let's just watch it together. So, all right, let me just grab my notes here. Now, I've been kind of working at YouTube for quite a while. All right, so we've got Amanda here. Hello, Amanda. Good to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. I know I've been prompting a few people on the side, letting them know we're going to be here. If I seem distracted while I'm talking to you here, it's probably because I'm trying to chat to a few people to get some people to join in. You never know when that thing's going to tick over. I've been watching it, and I don't know if it was going to happen at 12 o'clock today or 4 o'clock in the morning. So you kind of got to jump on these things and celebrate the wins as they happen. Let's give it a little refresh and see if anything's moved. We've jumped up a couple. All right, so we've got an extra 3 subscribers. So as you can see, like, we're not going to jump over the line like that. But if we hang around for a little bit of time, it might take half an hour. We're going to get there because, we've been traveling at such a rate. And if I think about the initial growth when we first started, in fact, I think I can show you that here. So if we go to analytics, we can see the channel growth. Now, this is just in the last 28 days. But if we go back out to the last, we got a lifetime. So we can see there was a hell of a lot of nothing. And this one was way back in 2014 when I first started. So on YouTube, I think I put maybe like 1 or 2 videos off my phone. I think I trialed a few things, would just put a few like dumb things here and there. It was really incredibly hard to edit. You didn't have the tools that you have today. You don't have things like, Descript, where you could pretty much automate most of the process. It was, the computers were slower, the hard drives were chunkier, and it was a little bit more difficult just to get out of the gates. There has absolutely been some people that have been very creative, experimental, entrepreneurial, and they've gone and been a little bit techie and nerdy and figured it out really early on. But it's not easy for everybody. Like, I wasn't super techie. I was off busy being in the army for the first part of my career. And then I got into, business, and then I thought, video will be pretty good. And it was kind of hard to do it with you every day. And, I just got started. I did a little bit of video, did nothing for quite a while. Then I had a couple more videos and a little bit of an attempt around here. So what year was that? That's 2018. That's about the time when we started Relevate, the company that I run, the channel that it is now called. I'd say been there, done that, got this t-shirt, but I'm wearing the community shirt today, so it's a little bit different. But through all that time, we started running this business, and at the start of that, we created a little bit of content, had a little bit of noise, but it was really hard early on. We had to go and get customers, and so not only did we have to create content, we also had to go and pound the pavement and go to a million networking events, and really work hard for every meeting. And early on, that was really quite difficult. And we got like a lot of energy, and then we put heaps of time into video and content, promoting it on socials. But then we just got busy. And then, like when you're in a small business, it's like kill a bear, eat a bear. When you're doing the work, you're too busy to go and find the work. And when you got no work, when you finish the job, there's no work on it. Now you're in that starvation mode, and you have to go pounding the pavement again to go and find that next job. And so while we're in that cycle, it wasn't really like top of mind to go and create a ton of videos. But then, business started to get pretty good, and we get to about 2021, obviously COVID. So people start, or 2020, it's probably about back here. So, I got a little bit more around like researching what to do and how to edit and all that sort of stuff. And then probably around this phase, I started working with, a videographer, and, picking up a lot of tips and tricks, making a lot of mistakes. You would see, if you went back through the channel, there's some really dumb dad jokes. And I tried that, which got some early traction. I got a lot of reach. I did one video overnight, got like 6,000 views, but it really was not related to my business or what I was doing. And so around a little bit further on, I took it a little bit more seriously. You can see I had a bit of a concerted effort here. And, around that time, we started to create some structure in there, playlists. I had a better idea of what we were trying to actually do. And instead of like shooting around in the dark, seeing what's actually going to land, I started to create a lot more content that was a little bit more deliberate. That was a little bit more around solving actual problems. And a lot of the content that I create for a long time was me testing, but then somewhere in the middle, it was really just answering questions that I get all day, every day. So whenever I had this mantra in my head, I said to myself that if anyone ever asks me a question, I'm going to answer it with content. So instead of me trying to create a one-to-one, long email response, I'd be like, I'm going to record a video for you. And I would make it so that the video that I created for them was generic enough that it could be public, that it didn't have, privacy information on it, or that it wasn't so specific about that day, that time, that weather, that location, that it could be something that could be universal to anybody who's watching it. And, most of my content is around sales, marketing, and technology. So it's around the systems and the process and the ethos around, sales, marketing, technology. So that's what kind of made the content to be very universal, in the sense that I could use it in a number of senses in different locations, and it would still be applicable. Instead of saying, it's summer here and this very specific time period, you can only use it then. That's not evergreen, and that's really the easy answer. As you can tell, I like a bit of green. We got that side. We got the trees in the background. We got the green color here. So I do like evergreen. Evergreen is great. It's always green around Relevate. And so it just means that you don't have to go and recreate the wheel all the time. Yeah, there might be a life cycle to what you're doing, but you want that life cycle to be years, not hours or days. So what I'm really trying to achieve with all of this is leverage of my time, leverage of the people who are watching me or observing me or listening to me. So yes, thank you for the comment there. So yes, you want the time leverage not only for yourself but for your audience, for your customers. So I want someone to be able to find an answer if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's when they happen to be up and they have time. Or if they're on the go and they're on the train and that they want to watch something while they can't be physically interacting or whatever. You don't want them to have to wait until, that summer's day and that afternoon to be able to, for our calendars to align, in 3 weeks' time when we can both meet or be in person. That doesn't scale. So a video really helps to leverage you as a human and to share your knowledge and experience with the world. So just getting back to this one here, I can't remember when it's happened. So you can see here, I've gone from like 94 views, and all of the time before that was just kind of a bit slow. And all of a sudden, it just like in an instant, it just exploded. And I don't know what it was exactly, but I know we kind of like hit some algorithm one day. And I remember exactly where I was. I was at a conference. It was like a sales conference, and I didn't really, I kind of went because I thought I'd give things a go. And it was one of those sell from the stage things, when all the chairs are packed in and they never bring out enough chairs because, we're sold out, when they're not. They've got another 1,000 chairs in the back and they just bring one out every time someone walks in the room. So it was one of those kind of events, and I was kind of begrudgingly there at the same time. But I thought, like I said, I try things to see what happens. And I guess that's kind of what you need to do with your content. You got to try things and see what happens, because you never know what's going to land. Maybe what you thought your audience wanted, they didn't want. And it's only when you find that, no one cares about your content. You need to find out and solve a problem, fill a gap, answer a question that no one's answered before, or perhaps haven't answered in your way. But anyway, I was sitting at this conference and I'm sitting in the chair, and I almost fell out of my chair because I just thought, I'm bored of the conference. I didn't want to get up in front of everybody. I'll wait till a break or something like that. And it just exploded. Like I just look at it, and I've gone from having like 80 subscribers, because it took a damn long time to get to 80. I think I pretty much dragged all of those people by the nose. Like, hey, come and subscribe. Hey, come and subscribe. Hey, come and subscribe. Some did willingly, some did begrudgingly, some did because they felt obligated to do so. But up until that point, I felt like I really had to work for absolutely every subscriber, and then must have hit some algorithm vein somewhere and just it exploded. So that was pretty cool. Now, I will just make a note here. If you're watching on LinkedIn or if you're watching on Facebook, the place to go is to YouTube. We are so close to our YouTube subscribes. And of course, if you're watching this, why don't we just come back here to the dashboard and let's give it a little refresh here. We're at 942. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So we've gone up about 10 in the time that we've been chatting. So that's 10 subscribers in what is now 13 minutes. So we're just shy of 1 a minute. So you can understand now why I was saying I wanted to get onto this and, just capture the moment. So I didn't want to get on too early and then have not enough to talk about, and then I've got to try and ramble on about something, and then you kind of get sick of it. But then I didn't want to get on too late when I'm like, only seconds left, and boom, you've missed it. So unfortunately, you're going to have to listen to me for a little bit longer, but hopefully we hit, by being live, we might capture a few more. And if you see that ticket that's scrolling through on the bottom, that if you're watching on some other medium or you're not sure where to go, you can jump onto that one. Now, you can just type in youtube.com/Relevate. You should be able to get there. Or if you go into YouTube, you can search in the top, go to Relevate. And it would really help for a like, subscribe, and a comment. Really does make it a lot easier to get to that 50K mark. And why is this such a big deal? Like, I think you can kind of see by the graph there how hard it has been to get to this point, and how much work it has been, and the skills you have to develop, like being able to speak on camera, being able to look the lens in the eye and still be able to do that. Hey, Tom, great to see you. Thank you so much for one, for your comment, two, for watching. I already know you're a subscriber, even though you're on LinkedIn, but I really appreciate it. And it's those people around you that really kind of lift you up. And mostly the reason why I've been creating this content for so long is because, yes, I could answer one person's question and help them, and they give you a a nod in solidarity. Oh, thank you for helping me with that question or that problem. But you never know. Like, I could solve a problem for 1,000 people with a video. And in fact, some of my videos have gotten 23,000 views. Now, I'm sure some people get to the video, click through it, not watch the whole thing. But there are those that sit down and will review every single minute and even go back and rewind it and rewatch it. It's not that I'm saying anything particularly amazing. And, it's the sum of a lot of little things that add up to some very great things. But it's just the fact that I'm saying something that is of value for that person at that particular time. And it could just be just the right thing they needed to hear at just the right time to solve a problem and unlock some value for them. And, like I kind of feed off that. I like to be able to assist people. I like to see people do well. I kind of think that, like our business card is other people's success. By making other people successful is what makes us successful. And so that's why we tend to focus so much on the leverage side of things, which we do sort of, through the community. And so we've got an online community, and we do a lot of content in there. Many of the people you've seen here that have done the comments are the people in the community. We kind of like band together and help each other out. And so the purpose of creating videos and leverage and content, and yes, I'm kind of giving the farm away. I'm kind of showing all of my secrets and giving all of my ideas. But the thing is, there's just so much that no one can watch any one video, and maybe there needs to be a little bit of assistance on how to stitch all the bits and pieces together. But I absolutely want someone to find some actual value, deploy it immediately in their business, and get the value, get the return, have that extra day off that they needed, or get that extra bit of revenue, or something like that. And those are the things that really sort of do it for me, that really help me to be able to help as many other people as possible. And to do that with video, well, that's easy. I can pump that out. But it's that thing where you kind of got to be consistent. So getting back to what I was sort of saying before, where I kind of found that all the skills that you need to know, like lighting and how to deal with cameras, and I know mine's not perfect. In fact, I didn't even turn my light on. And so like over time, I've had to like save up and spend all this extra money, like a $1,000 camera, whole bunch of like other peripheries and plugs and stuffing it up and getting the wrong connector, and the new microphone. I had another microphone because I was cheap, and then I finally and then I didn't know if I was going to invest all that time, energy, and money into doing something bigger and better. And so I didn't get the better mic, and I've got a better mic now, but it could still be better again. Hey Kane, great to see you again. Thank you for making mention. I really appreciate all the people that are watching. It's I know it's sort of like the Avon show at the moment, and usually I'm not so big on talking about myself so much, like being successful through lifting other people up. But hey, this is my time to be selfish, so apologies. Why don't we give that page a refresh now and see where we're at? Okay, I don't think it moved much at that point. So looks like I'm going to have to be tap dancing for just a little bit longer, but that's all right. Because what I wanted to do is go through, I've got a few points, dot points, I guess, of things to talk through. And, oh, hello, Ishita. Good to see you. You're all subscribers, everybody who's watching now. But hey, tell a friend. Tell them to come on over to the Relevate YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. That's where it's at. That's where the magic is at. And then I'm gonna. I haven't got any confetti. I was thinking I need one of those little pop guns that goes confetti. So maybe I can sit here and rip up some post-it notes and we can have a little bit of confetti. How's that? All right, let's go back to this one here. So yeah, basically. I've got a few dot points that I kind of put together earlier on some of the process that I've gone through I kind of talked a little bit a moment ago about, and I'm just going to give it a refresh here. 47, making our progress. That's good. So, I talked about having like the journey that we've gone on so far. Starting all the way back in 2014, having like 1, maybe 2 videos, and then 5 videos, and then 7 videos, to now having something like 600 or 700 videos. Where, my first one, I think I was sitting in the car saying, "Hey, I'm going to start this little thing called Relevate. Let's see where it goes." That's literally the video, and I spent all this time, I spent a lot of time not making videos, and then sporadically making this one and that one, and experimenting, and then finally getting off my butt and creating something a little bit more scaled, consistent. Paying to get videos as well. I paid for some high-end edit videos, and they were really good, and I really liked those videos and the people that I worked with. But I also needed to build my own skill. I couldn't just go and pay for 100 videos high edit. I even think that there was a YouTuber. No, there was a high end company that went and paid like $1 million for actors and not quite celebrities, but like professional actors, professional film team. They got like a set, like a whole like the desk that people talk at, and got like 50 subscribers. And that was over a lot of effort. I think they pumped out like a couple hundred videos. So it's not how good you make the video. Like, this is grainy. This is only in 480p. I don't even know. I know what 1080 is. I don't know all the codes for resolution. I know what 4K is. I know what 8K is. But I can't tell you what ISO I'm on unless I go and look at the shutter speed or any of that sort of stuff. I've got my little light, and I think I got given that as a present because my last one broke. My microphone, my first one was $80. This one is $200. My laptop's pretty good, but that's because I work in IT. I write my notes just off to the side, scrappily. I don't have the ticker. As you can see, I'm looking at my screen down here at myself when I should be looking up there. The point is, ugly works. You resonate with this, you connect with this, rather than it being something that's overly polished and unobtainable. So there's nothing wrong with creating something that ideally, if it resonates with your audience, you can have that one-to-one conversation. And even though I'm sitting here in a room talking to myself, I'm pretty sure I feel like I'm talking to the people who are listening to me. And as you've seen by me popping up the comments, that I know there are people that I commonly talk to that are, here paying attention and are engaged. And that's really the value that we sort of bring through video, through the content. And I have to give a shout out to some of the people that have been guests, or people that have supported or put up with me trying to pump out some content or being in that recording or whatever. So anybody who's been on my my podcast, I have to give a shout out to Amanda for the last couple of live streams that we've done together. So you saw her face pop up before in the comments. These things really add up. Sometimes you just need that 1 or 2 people to watch a video to boost that algorithm a little bit more, somebody to leave a comment, someone to leave a like. And it's always just that little boost of motivation to go, someone's watching, I should keep going. And I'm by no means Mr. Beast. I'm by no means, any of the other like major YouTubers out there, John Paul, or I don't even know them. To be honest, I don't care. That's just not my audience. I want to be driving value for the people who watch. That's really the sole purpose of me creating content. It's not about the subscribers necessarily. It's not about the content that I'm trying to produce. But and while we're here, let's just give it another refresh. But the numbers do bring credibility. Okay, so 49951. All right, so we've got 49 subscribers left to go until we hit the 50,000K mark. Now, that's substantial because like I said, it took so long to get to this point, and now we are halfway to the silver play button. And given the hockey stick growth from like absolutely nothing to now, quite a rapid rate of knots, like growing 1,000 subscribers a day, that's taken a hell of a long time. And I don't think it's going to be much more. I reckon a couple of months, maybe like 2, maybe 3, we'll get to the 100K subscribers. But that growth is exponential. Every video kind of continues working along in the background. You might get 10 views a day or something like that. But then by having a large number of videos, and you've got different schools of thought on how to create content. There's those that go, quality deeply matters. Then you've got the others that are like volume matters. But it's both. I listen to the lots of different people that provide me information, or even YouTubers and channels that say how to grow your channel. vidIQ, you got to put the reps in the early days to figure out what works. I don't change much in each video. I figure out what kind of works. I've got this baseline, and then I'll learn one new thing because I've got a day job. I run my business. I've got to deal with the 25 staff that we have and growing. I've got to go, do some like strategic selling and go and visit people in, different places and different countries. I can't always be on. I can't always be behind the camera. I'm only just now getting some of my team to do some of the editing. So by getting that sort of thing happening in the business, now we get that growth up to like the 100K. Then I get what's called the silver play button. And so the silver play button is just YouTube's recognition for getting to 100,000 subscribers. And the value of that is mostly, it's just a flex. It's just this crappy little bit of wood that's wrapped in lino, or maybe it's all plastic. I don't know. I presume it's like microfiber piece of wood, painted silver with a little play button, plasticky thing onto it. And so the credibility of that is I get to put it on the wall back behind here. And so just by seeing it in the background, you get that credibility that rubs off on you, in that, well, here's 100,000 other people that have liked you enough to subscribe. Maybe I want to watch as well. Maybe the viewer goes, well, since other people like you, I might like you as well. So I'll give you a watch, or I'll give you more than 3 seconds, or however long it takes to leave an impression with someone. And so that's what really makes a difference. Let's give it another refresh and just see where we're at. Hopefully we're not here for too much longer. Oh, here we go. 49953. So yeah, maybe we will be here a little while, but hopefully now that we're at the 27, 28 minute mark on the live stream, those views will start to kick up and we'll start to get a little bit more. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with me for a little while. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think we should stick around right to the end, or whether we should give a little bit of a live stream, see if we get close, and then pull the pin. At some point, I've got dinner coming. The kids are down the hall yelling and screaming and playing, whatever. And you're probably going to get sick of me. If you're watching this, you probably don't want to be here for 3 hours. So give us a like, a comment, a subscribe. That might trigger the algorithm to get some other people on track. Otherwise, if you don't got time, don't worry, all good. So I think I've kind of gone a little bit on the journey and what I've tried that didn't work. So I think I kind of mentioned that I had done some dad jokes. I did some in the short form videos. I did some things that didn't work. I also done a lot of long form and a lot of short form videos. Some of the ones that have worked, there have been the software demo videos, which have been, probably more in line with what I do as a business. All right, we've got some comments rolling in now. Now, there is a little bit of delay. So first of all, we've got Flame and Party Hat from Ishita. Thank you. We've got to See It Through from Amanda. Thank you. Go Hard All the Way. 50 once and leave it running. All right. This is true. This is true. And so you need the support from those people around you to keep going. So, you know, I think you pretty much saw it. If you didn't see it for a second there, it was a little bit of self-doubt going, well, maybe he's some imposter syndrome. I know Kane talks about that in his business, is that you go, oh, you know, why would anyone wait for me? Why would anyone want to watch me? And, you know, like I kind of, you don't realize it, but that comes out, you know, you sort of say that to yourself, as even here, sitting here on a live stream where every mistake is visible. I don't think I've stumbled over my words too many times, but definitely I've had a streak of imposter syndrome just come through going, why would anyone want to pay attention to me? Why would anyone listen? But, you know, the ones that you surround yourself with, and you know, if you're going to create a channel, get some people around you that will cheer you on. So I have to say, all of these people here that you can see, Kane, Amanda, Ishita, Tom, these are like some amazing people that have helped me to stay the course, to stay true, to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So if you're going to be like creating content, you will get naysayers. You will get people that poo-poo you, right? That talk you down, that say, you know, I think one was a video. It was like said AI fake. You know, a bit lazy, not enough time invested to really insult me properly. So you just come back. You know, I actually like. I don't mind if people leave negative comments. Like if people go, like my very first live stream, I think I just turned the video on and then I was like, oh, I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. Oh crap, we're live. And then I turned it off. And so it kind of meant that you know, I was just testing, and I actually ended up being on live. But I'm pretty sure everybody does that for their first time. And I think I even said something. Maybe I said like a sentence or two, like, "Hey, we're live, and I'm doing this, and let's see where it goes," or something like that. And the comment was like, "Don't bother, you're crap." And so I really took that personally at that time, and I was a little bit more, not personally like I'm bad, but more like offended, like screw you, man. And so anyway, I ended up saying something like, "Hey, let go easy on me. It's my first time. You know, I'm just trying to figure all this thing out." And then I started thinking, like, where's yours? Like, if you're gonna give me crap, have you done it before? Have you done better? Can you show me? And so that sort of became my mantra a little bit. When if people are going to give you negative comments on YouTube, is basically show me where you've done better. I would definitely take criticism from Mr. Beast. I would definitely take criticism from anyone with more subscribers than me, that's actually put in a bit of work and knows what they're talking about. But if you haven't been there, you don't really have the right. You have to buy your right to complain. I managed to secure an interview with Steve Baxter from Shark Tank. Now that's like, the guy's worth hundreds of $1 million, and that was like a stroke of luck as far as I'm concerned. And you know, I absolutely hope you got value. I think now, like if you go back and watch those videos now, that's evergreen. That value is going to last forever. But I was lucky enough to jag an interview. And that was one of the things he said. You've got to buy your right to complain. You don't get to complain and whinge if you have not made your mark in the world to say that you should actually be worth listening to. So let's give it a little refresh here while we wait here. Oh, 59. Okay, so we have 41 subscribers remaining. Dinner has just arrived. I can smell fish and chips. It's amazing. It's the dinner that I requested. And come on, we got to get there. 41 left. So we're below 50. I said that I was going to start this at 50 remaining. So 49950. I actually started it a little bit before because I thought I'm going to put a post out and like say that this is happening. And I wasn't sure if that was going to go ahead. Like, because you don't know, like, what if it slows down and you put the post out and then you sit here for 4 hours? Here we are at the 34-minute mark, and I think we've gone by 30 or 40 subscribers in that time, roughly about a subscriber a minute. We're on track. We've got 3 viewers now. Hopefully you're not sick of me going around in circles and delaying and filling the silence and all that sort of stuff. Again, there's that imposter syndrome going through my head. But like if I think about all the videos that failed, right? So whenever you get a bad comment, you just come back with, where's yours? Show me how you've done better. And actually the bad comments are good, because a comment is a comment, and sometimes that engagement is what drives your channel forward. So even if it's bad, you can actually just say thank you for the engagement, or ask them questions. And then if you end up with a backwards and forwards banter, that actually looks better for your channel from an algorithm perspective than if you just had a one-way chat and then you deleted it. So a negative comment on a channel for the average person really just makes them look bad. It doesn't make you look bad at all. If you've gone to the effort to make something, even if it's your best chance, like if your kid learns to walk for the first time and then they take 2 steps and fall over, you don't point to them and go, hey, you can't walk, you should do better, you're crap. No, you encourage them. Like, this is someone's first time. And the same goes for the video. So I think most people who are watching people on YouTube, you might give it a little bit more time and patience for someone who's just starting out. If the content's good, the content's good. Like sometimes I've watched videos very poor quality, but the information has been exceedingly valuable, and more valuable than the flashy ones that are just trying to get views. The substance isn't there. The appearance is, but that's so beauty's only skin deep. So, all right, what have I tried that has worked? First of all, I'm going to try refreshing. Let's see how we go. Whoa, 963. All right, we're starting to pick up. Maybe it's the live stream. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But we're going to get faster in the refreshes as we get closer. So what did I try that did work? Well, for starters, starting. Just doing it. Sitting there, creating one video and hoping for it to land is not the way to grow a channel. Small improvements over time. Your first one, the improvement, the first improvement you can make is starting. The next improvement you can make is doing it again. The next one after that is building a habit to do it consistently. The next one after that, maybe then you can start looking at, all right, well, let's improve lighting. Now let's improve sound. Now let's improve camera. And then let's improve, what's the easiest and cheapest thing to do first, and then do that. It's easier like to get a $20 light than to do anything else, like $100, a couple $100 on a mic, $1,000 on a camera. My first camera is a webcam. I think it was about $50. You can see this other one that I'm using. This one I did upgrade to. This is a Logitech Brio. That did most. That was an upgrade from like I think it's like a C320 or something, whatever it's called. If you've ever had one, it's a little Logitech thing. It's about that big. It's a little bit grainy. You could even just use your standard laptop embedded camera as a version 1. Who cares? Where you start is where you start. I then upgraded to the this other one, which is 4K, and it's pretty good. But the thing you don't get is that depth of field. So in this one, got a little bit more zoom, color works a bit better, and you can see how it blurs the background, but puts me in focus. So it's a little bit nice, and that's a real background. It's not artificial, but that depth kind of makes it just look a little bit nicer. And again, I'm not picky too much about that. I just wanted to get something just a little bit better. All right, let's give it a refresh. Let's see how we're going. Oh, okay, not too many extra on that time. So 49965. So that is 35 away from the goal. So 35 subscribers. So if we're doing 1 a minute, hopefully we're not here for another 35 minutes. I think we have accelerated slightly because now, people are visiting, viewing, and there's live content going, which generally goes pretty well. So what else have I tried that's worked? Yeah, so small incremental improvements. The other one is like learning about, all your descriptions and all your tags. And I've gone and redone it. Then, going through and doing thumbnails. I have to give an absolutely massive, awesome, huge shout out to Orson Lord from Medieval. He was the YouTube guy that guided me and showed me how to do, or he did all my high-end videos. Amazing. He did a couple of guest videos on this channel early on. He interviewed me for a few times. We also did a bit of like scripting and like coaching and training around how to create videos. I watched him do some basic editing. I can never be as good or as fast as what he can be. He'll absolutely smash it out of the park. Go and look at his YouTube channel. It's incredibly like cinematic and very high quality. I'll even put the link to it in the description after this. But basically, sort of hanging around people that are all shooting for the same goal, that are working towards trying to achieve something similar. That's what's really helped to move forward. Now, I generally see myself as pretty self-directed. If I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it. But I will say that there has been an element of, that sort of personal drive and motivation, dare I say it, mindset that has played into it. Now, I generally try to, like I said, I'm a very logical sort of a person. So I tend to avoid, I'll say feelings and emotions when it comes to businessy things. But you kind of saw it on the video. You can get demoralized when people leave bad comments. You do get that like personal imposter syndrome. Like I'm sitting here, I've been talking away by myself in a room with a light that's really bright in my eyes for the last 41 minutes and 38 seconds. And I'm sitting here still going, why would anyone wait for me? Maybe we should just end it, not do this. So that little bit of fear of like, what are people thinking? If I'm not sitting here entertaining and doing all of the things, then maybe I shouldn't do video at all. Like that sort of thought does occasionally creep in. But I know that I'm thinking more strategic. I'm thinking more long-term. I'm thinking about the value that it brings to my business, but mostly the value that I bring to other people by being a little bit vulnerable. Like how many people like to tell you their weaknesses live on screen to, what is currently a handful of people, but maybe in the replay might be 5,500, 20,000 people. Like these are the kind of watch numbers that I'm getting on some of the other videos. So yeah, may as well jump on, main television. All right, so we've not really had too much movement in the subscribers, but hey, we're still getting there. Now, have a little sip of drink because voice is going. So hopefully my voice will last for the entirety of the remaining 35 subscribers that we need to get to the 50K mark. So let's perhaps try to get our way there. So if you're watching, if you've just tuned in, we've got people popping in and popping out. If you've just tuned in, we are so close to the 50,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. So if you're watching this screen over here, it's really hard to point to something that's not there. Round about in the middle of the screen, you can see this number here, which is the current number of subscribers. Now that's not a live ticker, so I've got to refresh the page. So let's give it a little hit now. Let's see where we're at. We will get a little bit closer as we go. All right, so it's kind of stayed there for a little bit now. But at the rate that we're going, we've been getting 1 subscriber a minute. So I don't think we're going to be here for another 35 minutes. But nonetheless, if you are watching, maybe tell a friend. You can see the ticker along the bottom, youtube.com/@Relevate, or just go into YouTube and search Relevate. And then you can help us get the 1 little mark over the line. And just as we get a little bit closer, a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, and then we'll cheer on live stream. Now, like I said, I don't have any confetti. I'm wondering if I can find some colored Post-it notes to rip up and then throw them in the air, which is all totally fine. I can get the kids to pick it up later. So that makes it just that little bit easier, knowing that they'll probably get a kick out of it. and then they'll probably want to throw the confetti around. That'll be fun for about 5 minutes until I want to see it cleaned up. But anyway, all right. So what did work? So I think we've covered most of it. Like experimentation. Here's the one tip that I feel like, particularly on shorts, and one, even in the longs, you can do it in a different version. So the hook, if you've ever heard about the hook on YouTube or in video, it's that first millisecond, that first 30 seconds, whatever, where you're grabbing attention. So I stop, you don't want to start a video with like, hi, I'm Aben, I do this, I do that. What you want to do is start with the problem, or start with the question, or start with the thing that would make someone want to watch. So you want to say something like, you're not getting leads because, I don't like spammy content like that, but you get the idea. Like, your marketing is broken because, or if you can't do this in your business, then like, if you can't take a day off in your business, then maybe you're a little bit stuck. So that's kind of the hook. That's what will get someone to watch more than that first 3 seconds or 4 seconds. And that hook, that what I was talking to you about just then, is probably what I do more in a long form video, because the short form video is generally like on a mobile. So this is where I do a visual hook. So you'll often see it, and once I tell you about it, you'll see it. There's a channel called Garen Thumb. And the guy's always facing away from the camera, and every time the video starts, he'll like quickly turn around, face you, and then say whatever he's going to say. Like, that's the first 1 second, is the guy turning around, literally in every single video and almost every single other scene within the video. So what you can do on your mobile, what I like to do, is I'm holding it like this because that's my thumb where it goes on the record button. And typically what I do is I hold it upside down like that, and then I'll push the button, flip the camera, and then bring it in. And so all you see on the camera is this like whoosh, kind of swish, kind of rotation, and then boom, I'm in your face. And that is a visual hook. That is the thing that grabs the visual attention of whoever's watching, particularly in the short form when someone's just like scrolling like crazy. That visual hook really grabs attention and will hold that attention for 3 more seconds till you can get your verbal hook out, the content version. Otherwise, if it's just my face talking on the screen, square, and I don't do this in every video. The ones that have been cut down from a bigger video, I can't do that. But if I'm going to record, just, I used to go for a walk every morning with a big heavy army backpack, and I would do a video. And then I'd spend the rest of the time on that walk manually posting it out to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. And that was quite time consuming and a lot of effort, but, I kind of needed the exercise, and what else am I going to do while I'm walking? So that visual hook, really grabbed attention. Why don't we give this a little refresh while we're talking here? So here we go. Oh, okay. So we've got 2 more subscribers. Come on, give us a comment. Give us let us know what you're thinking. Are we going fast enough? If we're not going fast enough, let me know. And tell me why you think that is. Tell me in the comments if you think that, it's a little unfair on how long it's taking, and if we should go faster. I would love to know what you're thinking. Or what would you do in this position? Like, if you're sitting here on a live stream for now 48 minutes and you've got the subscriber count has just slowed down, and you've got people watching, you've got people sitting there giving up their time, and you feel like you're dragging them out, wasting their time, you kind of feel like you're wasting your time. How would you feel in this situation? How would you cope with it if you felt a little bit self-conscious that you're doing this? All right, we've got a few chats in here. YouTube being ruthless. Yeah. I don't think it's YouTube. It's probably me. It's probably the viewers. If you think about all of the algorithms and stuff, at the end of the day, all that does is put it in front of someone. It doesn't actually get them to hit subscribe. We've got Hold the Line, doing good. So yes, fellow infantryman, holding the line. I resonate with that language. Thank you. And yeah, of course, yeah. Tell us some of your mistakes along the way. Shed loads, absolutely shed loads. Well, look, I've only got a few ways through my dot points because I'm pretty sure I'd have to paddle around and tread water for a while. So I think I'll kind of want to go through. I'll quickly go through some mistakes, and I'll go through some of the other big plans that we've got in the community. So some of the mistakes, I guess, video is just not being consistent. And sometimes you get tired, you get distracted, you need to do this, you need to do that, and after a while, you really just need to suck it up and put in the reps. You've just got to do the work that gets you to where you want to be. And the good thing is there's leverage in every video. So the more video you have, the more leverage you have. If you are, and you've got a minimum viable video, right? So the minimum viable video is something that is good enough. It meets a standard. Doesn't have to be amazingly perfect. But as long as you meet that minimum standard, you're going to pump out content. You're going to achieve something for that day and the next day. And it's not crap for the sake of it. It's got to be worth listening to. So another mistake I would say is, it is annoying when you spend half an hour, like I'm up to 51 minutes here, and I've done that before where I've spent 51 minutes talking at the camera only to find out that the mic didn't work. And so it's quiet and there's nothing coming through. Or maybe the file didn't go in the right format, or something that happened the other day. The file was fine, all the same tools, all the same settings, all the same software, and I had this whole 30, 40-minute thing. There was some code got corrupted, and the whole video was totally useless. So it's now sitting, YouTube won't accept it. Some other video platforms can't understand it. And so it's just useless. I'm sure if I was richer, wiser, had more time, then I could get someone to fix the code in it, or at least repair it or something like that. But hey, we ain't there, and that ain't me. Let's give it a little refresh and see how we're going. 4974. I think we jumped a little bit there. That's good. So we've got 26 subscribers left to go. So we are getting so close. All right. So if you just joined us, if you're watching, we are really, really close to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you can see, I've got the pointing right now on this screen here. This is my YouTube studio, or the creator portal, and I've got 49,974 subscribers. So that means we need 26 left to get to the 50,000. And that's such a milestone. It's taken years to get to that point, and it's halfway to a silver play button. So it's kind of a big deal for me personally. It's been a lot of work, and I'm kind of been a little bit excited about it. And I thought I would jump on and we'd do this live stream and do it live together. So if you're watching, we're still not there yet. So jump on this ticket that's sliding through. So youtube.com/Relevate, and you'll be able to jump on and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you can jump on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe, give us a like, a comment, join us in the chat, say g'day. We'd love to see you. So all right. So I talked a bit about the mistakes that we've made. I want to talk about a little bit about what we've got planned for the future. So not only I now have a whole bunch of long form sort of, I would say, course content videos that are coming out one a week, and I've got them all filled. I've got 15 of them filmed and scheduled to go out weekly. So that's at the moment going to run all the way until March. Now, on top of that, having the channel, what's it done for me? Well, we've gotten paid sponsorships before. I've used the link to a playlist. So playlist is you get a whole bunch of videos, you put them together, ideally under a certain category. You can kind of reorder them or just have the latest one viewed. But that playlist is something you can then share with your customers, partners, whatever, and then they can watch a whole bunch of videos in one go. Or if someone clicks into a playlist, they might sequentially watch one, then the other, then the other, instead of just going to your channel, watching one random one, and then leaving and never coming back. So a playlist is actually quite good. I put together a playlist for Zoho. So we're a Zoho partner. We do a lot with the platform. And that playlist pretty much helped us close a 6-figure deal. So we closed quite a large project, one for Zoho, two, the biggest one that we'd closed up to that point, and like in one go. And that was pretty much off the back of the YouTube playlist. They'd watched all of these videos that I create, felt like they themselves felt like they'd built a relationship with me. I walk in, I'm like a rock star. Everybody knows my name. Everybody feels like they've built a relationship with me. And, these people are great humans, great to work with. But it was just really interesting to see how they'd kind of come across us. They built that trust, they built that relationship, and then they were more than happy to trust us with what was a very large project. So that's some of the value that we've gotten. And it's certainly helped in many other sales conversations, because, people see we've been around for a while. They see that other people like us, which shows in the subscriber count, and they get to do their background research on us. Are we full of something or are we legitimate? And that helps us to really build that core relationship before we even walk in the room. And that helps kill off buyer objection. It helps to relieve the stress of, am I going to make a bad decision here by going with this partner? Or am I going to, is it going to go well for me? So anyway, that's the kind of, I guess, the value that it's brought from a monetary figure. So what we've got planned for the future is a lot more content around that, but also what this has done is help build partnerships with other global players. I can't say too much yet, but basically we're going to, in our community, we're going to be building a new sort of tier and look at helping founders to go a little bit more global, to, be a little bit more bold and create some bigger deals and things like that. So that has been an opportunity that's come to us because part and parcel of the YouTube channel, but it is absolutely helped. I don't think we'd get there if we didn't have, the YouTube channel there. So it's definitely created a whole bunch of additional opportunity. Yeah, I mean, there's ad revenue as well. Like there's a little bit of dollars on, people watch videos and someone, happens to watch an ad, and then we get like 0.000001 cent. But then you get enough people watch ads, and then you get a small trickle of revenue. And at our scale currently, that's not a lot of money. I don't think you should ever really, if you're going to get into YouTube, you're not doing it for the ads revenue. You need to effectively run a business. You need to go and connect with other people that are not in your circle, that are not necessarily on your channel, and start to, pitch to them. Hey, come and look at our audience that we built. And you're building an asset. You're building a bunch of people that align with you, that resonate with you, that see value in what you have to say. So that's how you should think about it. And that's what you can take to market. It's not that you just have a whole bunch of random people with no alignment other than they liked some video because it was funny or something like that. The real value comes from having a connection with your audience. And I think you've seen that if you've been watching this long enough. Some of the people that are in our community that have been watching this video, that have been commenting, that's been, supporting me, even just to stick through this video, let alone stick through several in the chain. So that's a little bit about what we've planned and how it's impacted the business, and some of the wins that we've had with clients. So where are we going next? So we did talk about the community, and that's growing really strong. And we get to support a lot of the people that are in there. We get to highlight some of the awesome people that are in there, and the community has the opportunity to go much bigger. And so we're going to be running an expedition. When we started running groups we've run the Brisbane one, so Brisbane, Australia. People watch this all over the world. We've run one in India. So Kane and Amanda and Tom, who you've seen in the chats here, have come to the Brisbane one. Ishita, I've met with her in India. Then we've got ones booked in Sydney and soon in Melbourne, and then potentially in the US as well. So the reach that you can have, the people that you can connect with are quite significant. Let's give it a little refresh. We've just hit the 1 hour mark. Let's see how we go. Well, going a little bit slower now, but we are effectively 22 subscribers away from 50,000. So help keep me on track. If you're watching this, have you got any other questions, anything you would like to discuss, any topics or ideas? Hello, Marilyn. Thank you for your comment. Really appreciate it. Yes, it's been a fair bit of work, but I think one step at a time, we're getting there. So yeah, if you've got any comments, any questions, please let us know. We are hanging around here. So if you've just tuned in, we are so close to getting to the 50,000 mark. We're at 49,978 at last refresh. Let's do it one more time for fun. Oh, 49,979. Okay. So as you can see, it's moving at a reasonable rate. We are kind of on here for a little while. So we're at 1 hour and 1 minute. And so we've roughly had about one new subscriber every minute. So it's a pretty consistent flow. People all over the world, some of our biggest viewers in obviously Australia, US, UK, Canada. There's a lot in India and a lot in Vietnam. Now, I think the reason for that is we do a lot on Zoho. Now, Zoho is a software product that is kind of like it's very affordable. It's very much like the up and coming player. And they're very much got like a value-based pricing model. And so it's very popular in the Middle East, in Asia, where often in those regions, the dollar's perhaps a little bit lower, and they find it very expensive to buy American software. There's often someone's entire annual salary on the same as what you would pay for a software license. So it makes it very hard for these countries to go and buy very big and expensive software products. And so Zoho, by offering a very affordable solution, has made it a lot more palatable in these businesses and in these regions. Because I do a lot of Zoho content, we've been getting a lot of follows. And some of those regions where, they're probably not going to engage me for services, but they get value out of the videos that I create. Sometimes it might be, here's how to create a custom form, or here's how to create some fields, or here's how to, build a sales process or something like that. Anything, any kind of small question. Like I said before, I create content from questions that people have asked me. So speaking of which, if you're watching this, please put something in the comments in the chat and help me create the content to last the next few subscribers to get us to the 50K. And then we're going to have a little bit of a celebration, and then I'll let you all get back to your life. So let's hit refresh another time. Okay, 49980, 20 left. All right, bear with us, people. We are getting there. All right. So what I will do is I'm going to go back through all of the comments that we've had, because some of these people, like I said, they've been around supporting. Some a little while, some a little longer. Some people I've like in the community I've known for 3, 4, 5 years, because it's it's those connections and the relationships, and the thing that you get to do through video is build relationships at scale, and sometimes just strengthen the ones that you have. I think sometimes when people think about leads or something like that, they're very short-termist, or they think just about the thing that's in front of them. They think just about getting that next sale, getting that next deal, but they miss something. They miss the thing that really drives the the unseen forces in your business. And I'm writing a book on this, but the things that happen in the undercurrents behind the scenes, the conversations in closed doors, the barbecue conversations that happen without you there, people talking about you behind your back, hopefully in a very positive way. But these people that are leaving comments, they're all, having conversations without me in the room. And I'm doing the same for them. But the value is, by creating the content, is you create this network activation effect. Now, by that, I mean that you have people that are creating conversation. And maybe if the more they see you, the more they're going to start talking about you, or the more they're going to be reminded of you. So you'll come up in conversation again. You're more likely to be talked about. So content is not just for the people that you don't know yet. It's for the people that you already know, to remind them that you exist. Now, these people know I exist. I don't need to be pouring into their lives. But what they do need is perhaps just a refresh, or what's the latest thing, or something like that. But it just helps you have conversations at scale. So this lovely person, you may or may not realize there is a very similar last name. This is my wife. So yes, the story of Relevate, pretty much Lisa came up with it. It's a Latin word, and it means to lift, to raise, to lighten. We spent hours trying to come up with different things, and I don't even think we were Googling stuff at that point. So I think we Googled a few things, but that wasn't how you chose a business name. We looked through a dictionary and started looking for words. We started thinking about Latin words and tried different versions of things, and then different ones sounded different ways, and it was very odd. Relevate, relevat, relevato, relevo. Like, we come up with all these different iterations, and then Relevate just kind of like rattles off the mouth. And we did the full thing, like butcher's paper on the floor. We kind of like spent hours and hours trying to work it out, and then we brainstormed like 100 names, and they're like, wait, no, not that one, not that one, not that one. That one's taken. That was no good. And we finally came to Relevate, and hey, it worked. We then checked; it was available. We got the domain name. We got a whole bunch of other things, and we got there. So that's how we got the name. And it started just, I could even go and get my first polo shirt. We just had the font was like uppercase bold Gadugi, which is a Windows font, because I didn't want to go spend money on something, or on a graphic designer, because I didn't think the business would last very long, or I wasn't sure if it was going to go anywhere. And hey, turns out, yeah, we're now global and got 25 staff and growing. So it's really starting to get somewhere. The logo then got added to with the globe and the rocket, and that was someone that we that worked with us for a while, and she designed that after sitting down, doing a bit of brainstorming, giving a whole bunch of iterations. And yeah, we settled on the rocket, because it was like, the rocket is kind of like shooting to the moon, and then the globe is there for the innovation and the ideas, and then the rocket's kind of like punching through the glass ceiling, like it's going to break through the bulb. So we kind of like the imagery, and it's quite simple. It's got a color, and yeah, that's kind of like shaped the whole brand. And you might be asking about the octopus. Well, sometimes I feel a little bit weird saying this, but I did write a book, The Business Octopus: How to Give Your Business a Brain and Teach It to Grow Itself. And so that became the sort of ethos behind, like the octopus is like the brain of your business, and it's got a tentacle on your phone, your emails, the salesperson's head, on like various different like data sources, bringing information in, consuming it. That's what it eats. And then you get to consult with the octopus. Like, the whole thought of it being your business, not you being your business. So it's a entity unto itself, and it relies on information that it collects around it, and other people can interact with it. It's not like you are the sole thing in your business, and that's the only thing that it can run on. So it gives the idea that your business is separate to you, and that you can step away, and as the owner you can take a break. And so that's why that's what's sort of driven what we do and why we do it. And so that's where the octopus came from. And so it's become more of a mascot and more of like a secondary logo. And that's what we use in the community, because it kind of says that we're bringing together a lot of things and a lot of people, and creating this central core value for everybody. All right. So yes, that's pretty much the story of the octopus and of Relevate, the logo. But again, the channel is not about me, the logo, the octopus. It's about delivering value to people that need it, people that want to get their lives back, as business owners that are working stupid hours, that maybe haven't cracked it yet in terms of, the world is changing so rapidly with AI, with technology, and there's so many people just sitting on their hands still. So they're going to be the ones struggling and suffering, and we want to make sure that we lift. Rising tide lifts all ships in the harbor. We want to raise the digital literacy across the world, and in doing so, people aren't going to left behind. People can afford to eat, have a break, sleep, rest, whatever, still run their business without breaking down. And that lift, raise, lighten is the kind of the concept. Lift the pressure off you, lift your spirits, raise your profile, raise your business, lighten your load. You've got to have a life. You've got to be a real person. You can't just be this machine that's constantly churning out work. So that's where that comes from. Let's give it a little refresh here, because we're getting close now. All right, so I'm not moving too fast, but we are 15 subscribers away. So hopefully we can I can tap dance for that long. And yes, Ishita, we are almost there. So we've got people commenting on YouTube and on LinkedIn, and we're about an hour and 12 minutes in since I started this live stream, and we've got like I said, people watching on all those different channels. We've got the community, a lot of the community members coming in and supporting, and I really appreciate that, guys. Like, it means a lot. And I know that you've been listening to me bang on about, we've got this many subscribers, we've got that many subscribers. It's been very long and arduous, and I promise that after this I'll only tell you and more significant milestones rather than every 100 or every 1,000. So look forward to me shutting up a little bit more. All right, so let's hit refresh. All right, so we got 14 subscribers left until we hit the big 50,000. Okay, and yep, welcome back. We've got scrolled the wrong screen. There we go. We've got Tom. So Tom, you're in China, I understand. So thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure what time it is there, but really appreciate you coming back in to watch us get over the line. All right, if you haven't picked it up already, I'm getting a little bit tired and running out of things to say. We're at 1 hour and 13 minutes, and my voice is starting to go. We've got 14 subscribers left. We're going about 1 subscriber every minute or so. And let me just hit refresh again, since we're getting close to the pointy end. We're going to refresh and refresh. Okay, so we're getting there slowly. All right, so if you've just tuned in, and I've been saying this consistently throughout, but if you just tuned in, we're really close to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook or on LinkedIn, then please come on over to YouTube, give us a subscribe, and help us get to the 50,000 mark. We're going to do this live. So yes, you get to hear me talk around in circles and hopefully keep you entertained until we get to that point. So we did have another comment come through. Can we meet Ollie? Yes. Okay. So Ollie or Ollie Octopus. So we talked about the community. I've got to move this camera right. If I can get everything lined up. It's hard to when the camera's going the other way. So Ollie Octopus is the mascot for the community. Now, bear with me 1 second. I've got a plush toy here. Okay, here we go. Here is Ollie the Octopus. Because, hey, you got to give him a name. And we mentioned before, we've got the octopus comes from the octopus methodology, which is, all the tentacles are like feeding data in different points in your business, bringing information in to the central brain. And so when you don't have things working in your business effectively, you have a very angry octopus, which is not what we want. What we want to do is we want all your systems to work together so that you've got a nice, well-organized, knowing what's going on, very happy green octopus here. So green is the color of Relevate because it's very, serene, calm, and relaxing. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring back calm, relax, control in your business so that you can get on with things and still have a life. And so, that's kind of how we've approached Relevate, how we've approached the YouTube channel. So this is quite a vain moment while I sit here and say, look at me. But I have to say, I'm saying, look at me whilst I go and create a lot of content that helps a lot of other people. So we, like I said, if you just tuned in, we are so close to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. We are, let me just go back here to my little bottom ticker. So yeah, we're watching live. So the things streaming along the bottom here is the YouTube channel. So you can go to youtube.com/@Relevate or just Relevate, and you should be able to get to the YouTube channel and then just give it a little subscribe. We're so close to 50,000, it's not funny. So you can see here in the screen, we've got 49986 at last refresh. Let me just hit refresh again. All right, so it's sat on that one for a little while now. The other night we got close to, I think we got 40 or 45,000. Anyway, it was somewhat of a milestone. Obviously, in the Relevate community, we've got lots of awesome people. We have a regular catch up every Monday night. We jump on a Zoom and we just have a networking chat. We talk about what's happening, share wins, successes, problems. Support each other and really talk through what it is that we're trying to achieve in our business. And as a result, we've got our ear to the ground for each other and we're listening out for how we can each support. So the reason why, like coming in and showing these things to the community, like everybody here watching now that you've seen in the comments has been super helpful and supportive and are here now watching this get over to the 50K. And I have absolutely so much love and respect for all of those people. Thank you so much. But with the getting over to the 45K mark, one lady, Ronwin, in our community, she unsubscribed at the 11th hour. We were like almost like 3 away, 2 away, 1 away, and then it went 2 away from the thing because, well, she wanted to mess with me. And then she also wanted to be the person to get over to the milestone. So we were 2 away, then somebody else subscribed. We got to 1 away, then she resubscribed, and then we were back to the milestone. So hopefully no one does that today. Now that I've called it out, someone probably will. Let's give it a refresh and see where we're at. Oh, okay. 11 subscribers left to go. So we also have a comment here. So does it all fit on screen? Yes, it does. Okay, so for those that don't know you or what you're bringing to everyone's table, the journey, give credit where it's due. Exponential growth has been nothing short of miraculous. Well done, mate. Thank you very much, Tom. And I have to say, I appreciate the journey you've gone on as well and the work that you've done. And hopefully, we've been able to give you as much support and as what you're giving me now. Like just having people in here, helps me keep going. Having people comment definitely helps. Also gives me something to talk about. So hey, keep that coming. But we're in the 11th hour now. Let's give it a refresh. Oh, come on. We might be here another 10 minutes. Hopefully we can last that long, but that's all right. All right. So why don't we unpack something? So who's got something that they're stuck on? And then we can go through. So if you're stuck somewhere in your business or perhaps you're on YouTube and you're trying to make your YouTube channel work, I can just share from my experience. I'm by no means Mr. Beast, but hey, I know a thing or two somewhat. I would say that, like above all else, the consistency and the reps matter. Every video, you get what's called like this view floor. So maybe we can dive into a little bit of analytics. So in this sort of view here, I cut a couple of spikes because some videos had a bit of an algorithm bump. But you can see this is like the views in the last 48 hours. So ignoring those big spikes, you can see along here, 100 an hour, 200 an hour, some a little bit shorter than that.
Hit refresh.
Oh, let's hit refresh. Let's go. Oh, we got to get back to the dashboard. Okay. Whoa, 10 to go. Yep, we have some supporters in the background helping out. So we've got 49990. All right, 10 left. All right, let's go back to our analytics. Okay, so in the analytics, you see we've got this view floor. So view floor is like the, without algorithm bumps, without this going on, without that going on, just any given day, you've got this base. And that's kind of what you want to work on. You just want your average day to be good. Your worst day to be like, 20 views, 30 views, something like that. It does not need to be amazing. Consistency matters as long as someone is looking at what you're doing. So if we see this here, we've got 11,412 views in the last 48 hours. So that means, let's just say 5,500 per day in that period. And yeah, like I said, some people are going to watch for 30 seconds. Some people are going to watch for 30 minutes. But the fact that you've got people viewing you, considering you, thinking about you, clicking on your videos, even if it's not right for them, you're making an impact. So the slightly better thumbnails, the slightly better videos, maybe getting people to come back, that might be something that will get you, well, hey, here we go, 49993. We have 7 left to go. We are so close. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to cheer because I've been going now for an hour and a half and I'm going to run out of voice sometime soon. So I would love if someone has got a question, you pop it in the chat. And I'm sorry if I'm dragging you out again, taking so long. I wish I could move my butt on this, but I'm doing my best. Live stream actually does help. So I think if I didn't do a live stream, this would probably still happen, but it probably happened at like midnight. So getting people on, viewing the channel, I've got a consistent number of live viewers, but I've also driving traffic from other mediums. So people coming on from Facebook, from LinkedIn, and also from directly from YouTube. So some of those are funneling into the one location, hopefully. And if you know what, you need to go to this link that's sliding across the bottom here. Join me on YouTube and give me a subscribe. But like I said, we are 7 away. So let's give it a refresh now because we are getting oh so close. Wow, 5. Okay, 5 subscribers left. We hit 50,000. So count down with me. I know it's not like a Happy New Year, so you don't really know 10, 9, 8, 7. But we are doing it refresh by refresh. And I'd love to see the chat light up. If you see it happen, I want hands up, thumbs up, confetti, whatever you've got. I don't actually have any confetti here. I can throw all the octopus around. Maybe we can get I don't know, get some. That doesn't might look like smoke. I've got deodorant, but we can make a smoke machine sort of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Make myself cough. Let's try again. That won't help with the voice. All right, here we go. Whoa, 4 to go. All right, need a drink. Hold on. Make sure my voice lasts. Okay, so we have, if you just tuned in, we've got 4 subscribers remaining until we hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you're watching on any other channel, go over to YouTube now, give it a like, give it a subscribe. I'm getting calls to refresh. I'm on it. So I will keep this thing happening, and I won't do it every 30 seconds because maybe, you know, I've done this before where I've been watching it, you know, like that watch pot never boils. You're staring at the pot and then it's just taking longer because you're watching it. I think realistically it was sort of on a good track anyway, and it still is, but it's just because we're watching it. There's other times where I'll sit there and I'll feel like I've done something that's taken like 1 minute, 2 minutes or something. I'll look over and I'll refresh and I've got another 20. And it's not consistent. It's not like you will get every minute. It's like, you know, someone somewhere in the world is sitting in their cupboard, someone's sitting in their lounge room and is watching a video and will click a button and then all of a sudden, bing, we've got another subscriber. That could be 5 people at 5 different nations at 5 different times of the day for their time zone, all doing it at the same time. That doesn't mean you can't predict that. I know that consistency is probably just by sheer number, like a percentage thing. So this is how many people on average are watching it. And then this is how many people are now subscribed. Wow, we're two away. Okay. All right. Thanks, Kane. Good to see you over here so if you didn't get that, here's Kane on LinkedIn, and then here's Kane on YouTube. Yes, let's go. We are so close. We got 2 left. So, all right, here we go. 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's give it a refresh. Oh, come on. 2 left. All right. Come on. And here we go. Yes, we've got Amanda here pumping through. So we are so close. Come on, team. We can do this. I believe in you. You can subscribe. You got this. Oh, come on. All right. So, like I said, I don't normally get this excited on a live stream, and usually I'm pretty not scripted, but got like a little bit more of a plan. So I think I've done a pretty good job tap dancing here. I think I planned for about 40 or 50 minutes. We're now at 1 hour and 27 minutes, and we've got 2 subscribers left until we hit the 50K mark. Let's go here. All right. So, oh, come on. All right. So far, we have not an angry octopus, but a impatiently waiting octopus. Wants to know when we're going to get our subscribers. Yes, I don't think that came through the way you intended, but octopus red waving. So I think that is what is an emoji on your side, which just comes through as the code on this side. But I think I've got the emoji here for you. So red one, and he's waving there. There we go. Okay, let's hit refresh. Let's see how we go. Come on. Come on. Someone somewhere is sitting there, unbeknownst to any of this, sitting in their cupboard, lounge room, whatever, sitting in their lounge room going, I'm just going to scroll randomly on YouTube and watch something. And then they'll stumble across something, not knowing that all of us are here sitting, waiting with anticipation, refreshing every minute, waiting for this thing to go and hit the 50,000 subscriber mark. So come on, let's give it another go. Tensions are running high. Come on, we can do this. Like I said, I'm sure we're not going to accelerate this any faster than it really is already. At the very least, all we did is have a bit of a laugh, and then hopefully when we finally do hit subscriber count. Let's see if we can find some confetti, hey? I've got Post-it notes. I've got a blue Post-it note. No, I don't have a blue Post-it note. Unless I go ripping up a business card, we could do it with plain paper. White confetti. It's not colourful, but we'll do what we can. So let's start this. So if you hear a bit of ripping noises in the background, no, it's not me breaking wind. It's me ripping paper. So let's see how we go. Let's give it a refresh. Come on, 50,000 subscribers. Oh, come on, so close. Now the stress is running high. I've only got 2 subscribers left until I hit 50,000. I'm making my very own confetti here. I was sitting here this morning going, I think we'll crack that 50,000. Then this afternoon, I stupidly thought, I will jump on a live stream and we can do this in front of other people live, and it will be fun, and it will last maybe half an hour, and 1 hour and 30 minutes later. And now me trying to rip a whole bunch of confetti, and it probably won't even fly very well, to be honest. So I'll probably just go up in a lump and then come down in 2 lumps. So let's hit refresh and see how we're going. Come on, come on. Hey! We got 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I have just the banner to celebrate. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for hanging around. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to have to clean up a whole bunch of paper confetti now. But thank you so much for hanging around. You've made Ollie Octopus happy, if I can get him in shot. I know you've been listening to me tap dance for like an hour and a half, talking around about in circles. I really appreciate everybody who's joined in the chat. Thank you so much for coming along. All of the people that are in the community that have helped me continue on and keep pushing, and that have been supporting off to the side. I really, really appreciate it. Yes, I can go for my long-awaited fish and chips. And you've definitely got all the emojis there. Really, really love your work. Thank you so much. And we've got a woot old school with the numbers and the letters. Love it. Thank you so much for coming along and joining me on this ride for 50,000 subscribers. Now, before I refresh again, because I'm pretty damn sure it's going to be more than 50,000 now, I'm going to go and screenshot this. So you're going to watch me do the screen snip so that when I jump onto LinkedIn or something later, that I can make that happen. All right. So here we go. Screen snip. 50,000. I'm sure there's got to be a more beautiful way to do that, but I've now got my little screen snip. I'm going to save that one. I don't know if I can post that in the chat, but if you've got it on your side, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you're going to see it. All right. Looks like the whole family's getting involved. Thanks, Ishita. Great to see you, Terry. Now I feel all embarrassed. Wasn't supposed to be this many people. Thank you to supportive people also in the room texting around, I'm sure. All right. Well, if you're all sick of me rambling on now, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching me get to 50,000. That's been crazy and a very long time. I think that has taken me years to get to that point. So I really appreciate all of the comments, all of the support that everybody's given. So with that, yes, I'm going to go and have my dinner now for this impromptu thing that was supposed to, what I thought was going to be 20 or 30 minutes. So you all stay classy. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me on the live stream. And I really look forward to catching you up around on the next live stream, which we've actually got one tomorrow. We've got one tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be chatting again with Amanda. We're going to be talking about pushing out a little bit more globally as you grow in business. Okay. Thank you. Ollie says thank you. And you stay classy. I'm going to end the live stream now. There's going to be 5 awkward seconds so you can watch me while that happens. Otherwise,